Hey everyone. So in this video I'm going to describe to you the three parts involved with investigating a case. Now not everything you find is going to be a case. A lot of the time you'll find duds or just generally nothing really to go on. Um, so the first part in any hunting case is finding a case. So you might think that going on Google News and looking up, weird or strange or whatever is a good idea, which it can be, but most of the time you're not going to find all that much because not the universe, um, humans like to be blissfully ignorant about this sort of thing. Having no spirits or monsters at all makes it a whole lot easier to go to sleep at night. So, what you want to look for is just general like murders or sickness or anything in a good scale with a lot of omens surrounding it. So let's say there's been a murder of a young girl and there's been a lot of like cattle mutilations and um, just mutilation of a lot of animals or sightings of wolves in an area that's not necessarily prone to wolves. Obviously, that's a very overt sign of a werewolf um, or werewolves. Um, that can be a lot more subtle though. It can be like a few cattle deaths that are completely, by the wayside, and then one person gets hurt. And it's obviously very hard to figure out if that is, a genuine case, which is why you have to go investigate it. You can start this out on the internet looking for, in that area if anything weird has happened aside from that death. Um, but generally speaking, you want to look for murders or sickness or something bad that has happened to someone, like disappearances, and then do more investigation. Obviously, if it's in like a bad area, the chances are that it's not something supernatural, but always keep on the lookout. So then, when you actually go in and start investigating your case to wherever area you are in, um, you have to try and uh, make yourself look more authoritative than you are in actuality. Um, I mean, you could just go right to somebody and say, I think that your, father was killed by a strigoi, but honestly, chances are they're not going to believe you. So it's always best to get information, you know, out there. Um, also, if you know any hunters, they are totally chock full of a grapevine that extends all over the country. You can find out all kinds of hunts, all kinds of things. You can go with hunters on hunts, although hunters tend to be kind of weird people. I mean, just look at me. Um, but there's plenty of information out there for you to look up. Um, so yeah, when you actually go investigate a case, it's best to look for all the signs that you're trying to look for. So let's just say that you're investigating a case. A few children have gone missing, and there's been um, uh, here I am making a case for you. A few children have gone missing, and there's a new bar in town, and all the children's parents have gone there to this bar. Okay, that's one lead you can go on. Um, does that mean that the bar is necessarily the hub of all this activity? Not necessarily, but it's worth checking out. So you go to this bar and you find out that none of the participants are really daytime people, and there's no iron in the bar. They hate reflective surfaces or something along those lines. You can make assumptions, and it kind of narrows down, albeit extrovertly, what you're trying to deal with. So then there comes the actual part of detecting what you're looking for. There are many different ways of doing this. Um, there's all kinds of tests. So let's say you think that the person that or the thing that you're dealing with is a shapeshifter. Well, for those of you who want to know. And a lot of creatures do this with reflections and mirrors and all kinds of images of them created. Shapeshifter's true form, parts of it will show through in a reflected surface, especially silver surfaces and blessed silver surfaces. Um, Other things, especially demons, you can see parts of their true form in mirrors. There's lots of things out there that mirrors can do. So having a mirror on you, even like a reflective surface, like a I don't know, like a pocket watch that has a mirror on the inside, or a cigarette case that is a blessed mirror with like a silver tint to it, which sounds like a pretty penny, but great things to have, especially when you're investigating a case, because then you can look and see if you're dealing with what you're dealing with. Also, you can do tests like having like an iron ring on or something. Go to shake hands with a suspected monster, see how they react to it. Or if it's a bar, like I was saying before, be crafty. Put like a line of salt that you'd be using to take a tequila shot out in front of your person, see how they react to it. All kinds of things like that. There's even magical tests you can do. Just be creative and don't be too overt. Don't just throw holy water on someone if you think they're a demon. Be subtle. Try and figure things out over time. Um, Now, when you're investigating someone, remember to stay within the law, at least for the first part of it. Um, as much as Sam and Dean make it look like a cool thing to impersonate a police officer, you can get in serious trouble for that, and most of the time you're not going to escape the law all that well. So faking a press pass is one thing. That's understandable. Um, Impersonating Homeland Security or a FBI agent, that's a serious crime. Which, hell, all hunters are kind of used to serious crime, but just, try and keep it on the DL. Um, so yeah. Now, with the last part of the hunt comes the actual hunting part. This usually takes a very short amount of time, but let's just say that in this whole scenario with the missing people and the bar, let's just say that they actually are shapeshifters. You looked at their form in a mirror and it's all kinds of messed up. Then comes the hunt. So, the best thing to do with the hunt is to be one step ahead of the thing you're dealing with and to do so much research on it that it makes your eyes bleed. So shapeshifters can be killed with iron or silver, like just about every other evil thing out there, especially silver. So, yeah, I'm not going to tell you exactly how this place is set up because I'm not that creative. But let's just say that there's two entrances, or no, there's two entrances, one exit, or entrances are exits. Let's just say that there's three entryways. You put iron in front of every single door, and then the shapeshifter won't be able to leave. You don't want to go in there like it's all machete or whatever, but um, you know, lure your prey in and make sure that they're the ones that are, they could just be peaceful shapeshifters trying to make an honest day's work, but, make sure that they're the ones that are hurting people. Um, just go that route. Uh, when you're dealing with the thing you're dealing with, trap it before you gank it. I just used a supernatural term. I feel so cool now. God, I'm such a bad hunter. I can't believe it. I love Supernatural so much. Sam and Dean will always be my favorite. Actually, no, I love Castiel. He's the shit. Um, anyway, um, yeah, lure your monster in. Trap it. If it's a spirit, trap it. If it's a werewolf, trap it. Um, we don't, hunters, like I said before, we don't have any special abilities. We don't, have a hand up on the supernatural, but what we do have is magic and guns. So use those. Trap whatever it is with either literally a bear trap or spirit traps or all kinds of things. There's lots you can do. use those and then deal with what you're dealing with. If you can exercise it, go for it. If you have to kill a monster, then do it. But, you know, be safe, okay? Don't just go in there guns blazing, because chances are those creatures are a lot stronger than you, quicker, and more agile. You may be smarter at times, but not necessarily. Um, so yeah, keep that in mind. Afterward, if you need to hide a body, that's up to you, because I can't post those kinds of things on YouTube. But um, yeah, and make sure that your thing is done, if you know what I'm saying. Uh, Make sure that there's no residual energies left by, making a ghost move on, or if you exercise a demon, make sure that it stays exercised. Like give the exercisee, I guess, whatever, a anti-possession charm, or do something. Um, Make sure that your job is done, not just half done, because some things don't stay dead. Um, and yeah, then after that, make sure everything's done, and then move on. Find another case. This job is never ending, and it will break you down to the bone. So yeah, just know what you're doing. So yeah, 3 steps: find a case, detect, investigate, find your creature. Um, which for spirits, well, for non-physical things like ghosts, mirrors can also work on them. Sometimes they appear in mirrors before they'll appear fit or visually, and then uh, hunt your monster. Yeah. All right. So that's it for this video. Yeah, next week, hopefully, I'll get that hunt posted. Hope you all enjoy it, and yeah, happy hunting.